Yo, what's good? What's good? How y'all doing? All that good stuff. Let's lower the brightness on here. All right, so check it. Got some hellified news today, man. P. Diddy's tapes have allegedly been released. The audio, I think the audio. So we finna watch this together. All right. So, and don't laugh at my headphones. I broke them. They flicked. They reflected, so it don't matter. So anyway, before we proceed, I want to make sure that y'all can hear me and everything. So give me 10. All right, we good. So let's listen.
All been waiting for.
What's that?
People been wanting to see these freak off tapes in the Diddy trial. Well, did not happen because only the jurors got to see
You
the
a
tapes.
clown. You a clown.
Only the jurors got to see the tapes. Now, if y'all remember, because we've been talking about this for weeks in here.
Bro, all the suspense with the title and everything, bro. Like, I thought we was gonna real life see some shit.
I told y'all in the beginning of this trial, when it first started, they made a rule in court that said when things like this, like the tapes, or even remember when I talked about the screenshots, the photos from the tapes, we were not able to see them. Even the attorney gallery was not able to see them.
Prosecution showing it, right?
Yes, this is the prosecution is still presenting their case, but they're doing this because they want to make sure that nothing leaks out of court.
Hold on, bro. Let's go to Twitter real quick, because somebody said this shit. They're calling me P. Diddy and putting baby oil in my locker. Wait, hold on, bro. What the fuck? Oh, y'all want to see this Justin Bieber thing? We're going to watch it later. We're going to watch it. Well, I was a kid when I remember seeing this shit, and I was like, yo, what the fuck you doing hanging around a kid? All right, enough of the small talk.
Nothing. Like, it's just very sensitive stuff. But so yesterday,
I'll let you go. Go ahead. And then I'll ask.
So yesterday, the jury got to see some of the freak off tapes. And the way that they did it is they shut down all the monitors in the court. They give the jury headphones, and everybody just sitting there while they're listening to it. So there were some reports that in some of my friends that were in like the main courtroom area said to me that you could hear kind of like, you know how someone's listening to something in headphones and it's like loud? You can hear little things like little moans here and there.
Like that.
But I don't know how in detail that.
Envy is wild, bro. Try not to get stung, bro. My bad. I know this shit not play or whatever, but yeah. I'd rather walk away from a wasp than get stung on camera. All right, cool.
The hearing was, and you don't really know what you're hearing because you can't hear. First of all, the way that you're seated in court versus where the jury is, it's not like you're next to them, so you could be hearing something and you don't know, like you don't know what you're hearing.
So they didn't have a little screen in front of them to watch it. They just had to listen.
The jury got a screen. They could also watch it. So there's men and women on the jury pool.
Bro, I need to know the demographic and the ages of these people that watch these freak offs, because I know they was like, dog, what the fuck is going on?
A lot of people were asking questions about how did the jury look while they were watching it, because it was played in small doses. So they played 3 freak off videos. They played like 11 to 12 minutes of each video with the headphones on, so that they could listen to the audio. But I mean, they're watching it. There was a report from TMZ, and they do have, shout out to Jacob Wasserman, they do have a reporter in the court as well too, and their reporter said that there was a giggle.
Bro, that wasp was right by my leg.
I was not told about a giggle, but they reported that there was one juror that giggled during it, but that people were just watching it. And
did they need a break after? Like, did the jurors be like, I need a bathroom break after?
No, they. So
they were adults. They were adults on that tape.
This man is crazy.
It's the truth. They were adults on the tape.
Yes.
Well,
and nobody was forced. It was consensual.
Very much so. But the clips are 11 to 12 minutes, but they only watched about like 30 seconds of each one, right? So it's not like they're sitting there watching a whole.
Well, for sure. I mean, because they went on for days apparently. So
exactly.
I know we wouldn't be able to see a whole one.
Yeah, but it was enough to have impact. So I was also told that. Well, first of all, I think think that is just really smart. And I talked about this on the podcast, the latest with Lauren LaRosa, in detail. So make sure you guys go take a listen to today's episode. I thought that it was really smart that the prosecution waited to play the tapes now, because you know that the prosecution is going to be ending their case by Friday, right? So we days out from the prosecution saying, yo, we good, we did enough.
But my question to you is, right?
Yes.
If the freak-offs were consensual, right? And hearing all these testimonies, we're hearing that it was consensual.
How are they able to use them, right?
Yeah, how are they able to use them? Because they're watching, it's like watching porn. They're watching consensual people have sex.
Yep.
It's not like they're saying that, you know, Diddy tied somebody up, or he forced somebody on these tapes, or he beat somebody on these tapes.
It's basically like celebrity porn. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, because you have to think about all the testimony that you've heard up into this, right?
Bro, ain't even nothing released, dog. I'm thinking we gonna see some shit, bro. Hold on, let's go to somewhere else. They ain't doing nothing but talking. Well, not that I wanted to see them, but I thought we was gonna at least get some audio or something. It's 51 minutes. Let's not do that. Diddy trial. Juror dismissed in trial. We covered that yesterday. It's a black dude in there who listened to P. Diddy on the regular. Let's go to the latest. Who is this? Daily News? We're gonna figure this out together. I guess that wasp finally decided to chill on a nigga. That bitch was fucking with me. This is a picture. Dog, man. This is in the UK. His response to the freak off tapes. Everybody wants to sell something. Life must be hard in America. Licked his lips, rubbed his hands together after watching the freak off tape in a private side room of the court. During his trial on Tuesday, the disgraced music mogul asked for extra time to watch the tapes of his ex-girlfriend. Nigga needed extra time to watch himself? Which is Cassie having sex with male escorts. He was asked to watch the clips before the testimony began on the day, but when it became 9 a.m., he still hadn't come out. The judge told the court he asked for 10 minutes to review the materials, with Diddy coming out of the side door before 9:15. Upon walking out, he licked the lips, rubbed his hands. Prosecutors played 3 videos, which he had to watch in a private room on a monitor, which is viewable by the public. Taken from Diddy's phone. One video is from October 2012. The same day, prosecutors said Diddy had a freak off in New York with Cassie and sex worker Sheree Hayes. Baby, this is why they have Jane Does, because we can Google y'all. Oh, get punished. This nigga. I showed y'all this dude's face, bro. It's right here. Okay, yeah, this is gay. Alright. Buddy bugging out. Yeah, he's on the Vlad TV interviews that we seen before. This nigga shit is get punished, bro. You bugging. P. Diddy a nasty dude, bro. Before seeing the clips, the jurors were shown an invoice for the stay at the Trump Hotel in Manhattan, which was booked under Diddy's alias, Frank Black. So I guess Diddy has a CPN name. You can't change your name on CPNs, though, I don't think. Maybe. He's got an alias, Frank Black. You don't want nobody seeing P. Diddy on there. But at the same time, like, if P. Diddy's booking a Trump hotel, I would think that he would book like several floors, so I'm not sure. On the invoice, the note said guests requested to have room at 3 in the morning. Jurors were shown the messages between Cassie and the Punisher, which is the guy I just showed you a picture of. In one message, she said, "Can we actually do 3 a.m. at the Trump Hotel?" He says, "Great, I'll text when I'm on my way," before telling her his fee of $200. Cheap nigga, man. You fucking P. Diddy's girl for $200. Anyway, P. Diddy so cheap, and he cheap too. Jurors also watched segments from another from 2012 to 2014, so 2 years worth of. But I thought it was only 3 tapes, so I don't know. Lawyers said the videos proved the rapper was having consensual sex rather than committing crimes. He's facing a multiple blah blah blah. He's facing a lot of charges: racketeering, sex trafficking, conspiracy, fraud or coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution. Prostitution is illegal, so the Punisher might be screwed, but he ain't on trial. Diddy is. But Diddy wasn't prostituting, from my knowledge. But who knows? I don't know. Too many laws. Anyway, facing 15 years to life. That's all we really got, bro. Unless y'all want to keep watching that video, but let's go here. CBS.
Hey, start doing this right now to get fit for summer. This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this, start eating more of these.
In the next hour or so, testimony continues this morning in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs. On Monday, the jury was shown explicit video clips of the freak-offs, which are at the heart of this case.
This was Monday, and look at this dude face. Who is drawing these people?
This after the judge dismissed one of the jurors over inconsistencies in his answers about where he lives. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan has been in the pleaded not guilty to
listen to the juror.
All charges against him. CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan has been in the courthouse reporting extensively after the judge dismissed one of the jurors over inconsistencies in his answers about where he lives.
I think the dude, he's like a Diddy fan and somehow became a juror, and Diddy didn't want him dismissed. We went over this yesterday, so you can watch my clip from yesterday. And basically he lives in like New Jersey or something, and that was like a big problem. And so he lied where he stayed. I forget where he said he stayed or where he stayed, but it was like a big deal. And P. Diddy didn't want him to be dismissed from the case because he felt like it wouldn't be a diverse jury anymore. But the judge was like, fuck that, bro. It is diverse. Get the fuck out of here.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. CBS News national correspondent Jerika Duncan has been in the courthouse reporting extensively on this trial and joins us now with more. Good morning to you, Jerika. I'm curious what the jury's reaction was to that graphic video shown in court and why it was necessary, I guess, according to the prosecution, to show that video.
Well, it's proof. And I think in a case like this, when you're talking about somebody that's facing up to life in prison.
You got to look up everybody these days, bro. You got to figure out how they got on these cases and stuff. And now I'm looking up Miss Jerika Duncan.
Prison, you want to be sure. And at the end of the day, the prosecution has the burden of proof to try and find Combs guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So it was important for them to see, even if it was 30-second clips, which is about what they saw yesterday. And remember, they had seen some still.
Oh, they ain't watched the whole freak off. They watched the cliff notes of it.
Photographs of certain things prior to this. But this was the first time that they actually heard and saw video of one of these alleged freak-offs where Cassie Ventura had testified she had to have sex with male entertainers, sex workers, and Combs would watch. So we noticed, or I noticed, I should say.
Bro, who the fuck is this nigga supposed to be, bro? Who the fuck is this nigga supposed? Like, what is it? Who is making these drawings? These niggas is ugly, and this looks like something else, bro.
That the jurors were just focused on their screens. I didn't see anybody reacting. I know a couple of other publications, the New York Times, the AP, reported that one person winced and another person actually took the headphones off. I did not see that from my vantage point, but I think even the defense was studying how the jurors were taking in that information, because I'm imagining it would be uncomfortable to watch something like that. But at the very start of this case, that was something that the judge let these potential jurors at that time know that they might be privy to. So this was the first time, here we are in week 6 of this trial, where those jurors did see some of. the graphic images from those alleged freak-offs.
Yeah, and I guess to your point, the jury has heard testimony from ex-girlfriends, graphic testimony. They've heard testimony from people who facilitated the allegations against Combs, and now they've seen this video. So what can we expect in court today?
And Errol, if I could really quickly on that point, the defense said that this would actually show that the sex was consensual. So they're leaning on the video as a way to say, see, nobody was forced. Again, we cannot see that.
So don't nobody know this video I heard, and it seems like it's actually helping Diddy. I want to see this. This is Jerika Duncan. Matter of fact, we finna follow her. I want to see what she said about Young Miami.
Quite a bit today in court. The defense showed a text message where Jane was clearly upset by the fact that there was a public display of Young Miami and Combs' relationship. Specifically in February of 2022, right after celebrating her birthday with Combs, Jane testified that social media images that she saw of Combs with Young Miami on a yacht in Turks and Caicos made her angry. Because of that, she sent a text message to Combs, which was entered into court as an exhibit. And in that text message, she threatens to call off any hotel nights if he does not get off that island. She said it was the first time she, quote, pulled that card. The defense showed that there were a number of periods of time that went by where Jane and Combs did not perform in any hotel nights. There were also a number of texts that we heard today from Jane where she set up the hotel nights, helped to set up the payments for them, and even purchased supplies for the escorts. Jane also said at one point in court, "I resent him," referring to Combs, "for knowing how much I loved him and knowing I could not say no to him." Rapper Young Miami's name came up.
I'm trying to see if this Jane, though, is Cassie or if it's somebody else. If you're threatening to call off hotel nights, that means you're threatening to call off sex. If you're threatening to call off sex, the only person we know is Cassie. Young Miami, which can't be her. Is Diddy having sex with any other people other than Cassie? That we know of? I mean, I can assume this is Cassie. Like, cause somebody here said, if she, can we stop calling her Jane Doe when we know who she is? Someone said, who is it? Who? She doesn't want her real names in the blogs, even though we all know. Oh, 50's baby mama. 50 Cent baby mama Diddy. Daphne Joy. 50 Cent's baby mama Daphne Joy tried to make up to Diddy by offering herself where she would smash 3 men that Diddy picked in the same night for a freak off. Meanwhile, 50 Cent out here with a free Diddy shirt. Shorty cute, but she a freak. I don't know if P. Diddy likes freaks that openly freaks. You know, a lot of people like people, I mean, a lot of people do like freaks, but a lot of people really, really, really like the person who they don't think is a freak and freaking them out. So, you know, that type of thing. But if she was offering that from the rip, I mean, sure, he was probably doing his thing with her, but at the same time, he probably didn't like give a damn like that. So her name is what again? Daphne Joy. Shorty cute though. Here she is. Let's go to her Instagram. Oh, mother of 50 Cent's oldest son. So I guess that's the one that the estranged son. What's up, Jackson? Appreciate you, man. What's good? What's good? Let's see what Buddy talking about. All right. So anyway, but shout out to Jackson, man. Appreciate the comment. What's good, my dog? We just talking about P. Diddy and the trial, and we got 50 Cent's baby mama up here because apparently she threatened to call off the nights with Diddy. This was talked about 5 days ago. I was just interested because I looked up this lady from this video, making sure I don't get stung, and she works for CBS. And I just wanted to look into everybody. I watched Academics one time, and he was just like, every time a person got brought up, he was Googling them. And I was like, you right. People get in positions a certain way, right? So we looked up her, found her, Jane Doe, which is Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama. So Diddy was smashing her, and she was talking about smashing 3 dudes in one night and all that shit. And this is her. This is her. Did you see Kanye came to support Diddy? Hell yeah. We talked about that yesterday, actually. In his all white with the shades on. They said that people are saying that Kanye was like one of the rappers possibly that ended up smashing some chick. He was a part of the Freak Off or something like that. They said it was either Rick Ross or Kanye. Yeah, she bad. She dumb bad. She done bad, Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like, but these women right here, she's talking about smashing 3 dudes in one night for Diddy. That's wild, bro. They say the finest ones is the ones burning. I can't go too crazy on YouTube, bro. Like, but she bad though. I ain't saying lie. She ain't not gonna sit here and lie. She is bad. Let's see what else this reporter lady be getting into. Audio recordings released in court of Sean Combs and his ex Jane.
Nearly 4 minutes of audio. That is what jurors just heard, a conversation between Combs and Jane on November 21st of 2023. This would have been after Cassie Ventura filed her lawsuit. Now, the prosecution said that they obtained this audio on Christina Quorum's phone. Christina Quorum, if you don't recall, is the chief of staff, or the former chief of staff for Sean Combs. Now, Jane said that when she read the lawsuit, she felt, quote, bewildered and was in shock because she said that 3 of those pages resembled her experience.
I missed that whole thing, Jackson. I did not hear favorite porn star nowhere. Did I say it? I don't know.
When it comes to that recording, you hear Sean Combs start off by saying, "I'm sorry you feel this way," in reference to a text message that Jane had sent him earlier. He said, "I can't really talk on these phones. I called you. I'm sorry that you're feeling this way. We both enjoyed it. You know where I'm at with my family and my kids." He basically is acknowledging her feelings, but he is saying that this is something that they both enjoyed. Jane goes on to say, "This is crazy to me. I feel sick." You can hear her almost crying through her words. Combs says,
women, bro, you can almost hear her crying through her words. I'm not here to refute nothing, bro, but this is how women evaluate life, bro.
"You know me. This is where I need you." Jane then goes on to say, "Who's there for me when I close my eyes and have these things in my head? I feel so manipulated." Combs then says, "Everything we did mutually together."
Shorty is playing the victim card, bruh. You smash these niggas because you want to be fucking with Diddy. Unless I get some other response. You already smashed 50 Cent. Like, you have a kid with 50 Cent. So, you know what the industry is like. You know what you was signing up for. You know what you was trying to do. You know your son don't fuck with 50 Cent. I don't know if 50 Cent has beef with Diddy, but he wore a free Diddy shirt. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But apparently, to me, Shorty was in love with P. Diddy, or really wanted P. Diddy really bad.
And then there's a moment where you hear a Sharpie, what sounds like a Sharpie, writing on a notepad.
She sees him with other women, and she's pissed off.
In the background, and Jane testified that she had seen where Combs would do this before if he's taking notes or having a conversation. But when that was brought up, you really could hear it. It sounds as if somebody's taking notes or writing something down. Combs goes on to say, "I'm here to help you. Try to breathe, okay? How can I be there for you? Let's just get through this together." Then he repeats it, "Let's just get through this together. We had some kinky fun together. You know what I'm saying." Jane at points in this conversation seems to want to say more, but Combs sort of stops her And then he's stuttering a little bit. What is also interesting is that Combs says repeatedly to call KK. Now remember, the prosecution said that they obtained this audio from KK, which is Christina Corum's phone, Combs' former chief of staff. Then there was a second phone call that they played where Combs says that he really needs Jane's friendship right now and that there's a lot happening. He keeps repeating that he needs her friendship. And then he says, you know, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. Jane said that she believed that to be about the fact that Combs at the time was paying her $10,000 a month. So Jane said she believed that to mean that she would continue to get the financial help that she was getting throughout the relationship. Nearly four.
It's a few things I don't understand. I don't understand how women can get all this money from these people, bro, and want more. $10,000 is a lot of fucking money. Give me that shit twice. I'm out of here. I'm rich, nigga. Give me a house. I'm making money out the house. These hoes need 10 payments of $10,000 and still fuck up the money. So it sounds like she's just basically doing this because she want the money or whatever. To me, she really liked P. Diddy, but she's a whore. So do with that what you will. P. Diddy, KK, Christina. I think we looked her up already. Hold on. Oh yeah, this is this ain't Kaepernick, Capricorn. This ain't her. Capricorn something. Christina Corum, known as KK, former chief of staff of Combs Enterprises, known as Combs Global. Prominent name in his sex trafficking racketeering trial. So apparently she's supposed to be. Did she help him? Mentioned in a testimony by multiple witnesses, she's emerged as someone who knew Combs very well and allegedly assisted in crimes. In witness testimony, she's been accused of helping him transport drugs across state line, monitoring Cassie and where she is, and helping secure hotel footage of him assaulting Cassie. She's not been yet called to testify yet. Her attorney has not responded to the inquiries as to whether she'll testify. CNN has reached out to her attorney. No mention. She's in March, after being named a defendant in 3 civil cases alongside P. Diddy, denying all wrongdoing. The attorney declined CNN's interview request. Get the fuck off the screen, bro. Stating that she cannot tell her story until the criminal trial is over in the civil, so she can't talk until all this shit is done. For months, horrific accusations have been made about me in various lawsuits regarding my former boss. These false allegations of my involvement are causing irreparable and incalculable damage for my reputation and emotional well-being for myself and my family. I've never condoned or aided in. Nigga, ain't this ain't Capricorn? P. Diddy, Capricorn, Clark. This ain't her? This ain't the same people? Fuck, I've been looking at. Oh, okay. He's got a lot of people that work for him. Christina Corum ran his business. Capricorn Clark was his assistant. Very different. So the person who ran his business was helping him with the freak-offs, the alleged sexual trafficking and everything else, while Capricorn Clark, who was his assistant, on her first day or her first days of work, found herself in a situation where P. Diddy basically, quote unquote, kidnapped her and fucked up Kid Cudi's car and then they try to blow that shit up. So there's a lot of people he works with, but Capricorn Clark, who is this lady right here, she is old. She's old. Looks like a good person though. She just got thrown into a whirlwind on her first few days of work, which was over 10 years ago. And when we got Christina Corum. I can't spell her name, bro. Right here. It's like a pretty lady. And And I actually want to see if she got an Instagram. She probably deactivated it. She's pretty though. She probably been on some freaky shit too. Very pretty. I wouldn't have no Instagram if I was going through what she's going through. Someone added her right here, so I might gotta copy and paste it. Investigative journalism, baby. 50 Cent baby mama got 1.6 million followers. That shows you that women really just want to be the baby daddy of a famous nigga, rich nigga. Because ain't nothing but hoes following her and niggas that want to see ass and titties. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. We got somebody who was helping Diddy with the freak offs. That means something. So we're gonna see. I didn't think I had this much information today. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought I was just gonna see a little freak off tapes. We didn't get to see that. We didn't get to hear that. Apparently the jury's only heard 30 seconds of it. But what we do know is we got somebody who's been helping this nigga. Christina Corum, you're on the clock, baby. Anyway, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. I appreciate my 6 or 7 people that's been watching. I actually took a break from this YouTube live stuff. I was going through some real life stuff, and close to getting paid after doing this for like 8 months. But real life shit hit. I had to stop for like 2 years or whatever. But I'm back, and I'm gonna just give y'all information as I get it, and we'll go from there. So follow me, as you see on the bottom of the screen, Dee Brown LTD, DEE Brown LTD, and catch me on TV, album shit. We ain't gonna promote music, but hope